attention because he took a risk. And here, so good the way you see he tried to make some room. He could see the jump getting closer and closer, and he tried to let Greya drift to the outside just to get a little bit more room.
Wellington International is a pretty big thing because a lot of the top riders ride there, and it's very hard competition, and to win, it means it's very big to win any class here.
Oh, when things go wrong in the ring, I always think to myself, like, the show must go on. It can still be a good round. I can still learn a lot from it. There's always another circle and course to ride, and it's all about experience and having fun.
Like, I keep it together, honestly, with my breath. I make sure to, use my breath to, calm myself down.
When I, move up or the classic's big or I really want to win, I sometimes get nervous, and I just like to, just trust my horse and just hope for the best.
So my mom was always a horseback rider, and her mom also horseback rider. And I just really liked horses for some reason. And my grandma, when I first horseback rid, she had a horse, and this was during COVID. And I just saw her in the barn, and I just fell in love with them. I just loved them. And I decided I wanted to start horseback riding, and that's how I basically got where I am now.
Hello, I'm John Kyle. I'm talking to you from week 12 here at Winter Equestrian Festival, which is Rolex week. It's one of the real highlights here. I'm lucky enough to travel the world following show jumping and the other equestrian disciplines. I think one of the fascinating things is how kind of different they all are. I love the flavour of Wellington compared to, I was lucky enough 2 weeks ago to be indoors at the Dutch Masters. In a couple of weeks we're going to be outdoors doing Nations Cups in Europe and things like that, on grass, indoors. You know, the various different nuances of the sport are fascinating, but always it's the horse and rider pair. I was talking to somebody this morning, the thing I enjoy most about the sport is that however maybe boring or warm up on a Wednesday morning at classes, somebody will come in and try, somebody will go for it, somebody will be a player, and then you've got sport on your hands, and then that just grows and grows and grows until you get to something like our Million Dollar Grand Prix here on Saturday night. And to be part of that and to get to explain that to an audience, that's the joy, and that can be anywhere. That can be at a little 2-star show in northern Germany right up to the biggest 5 stars in the world.
I'm Lindsay Brock, and I'm the press officer at Wellington International. And what's most special about this evening is we've been here for 13 weeks now, and we've seen passion develop, we've seen dedication develop, and we've seen partnerships between horses and riders develop, all for this moment. I think what inspires me most about my role in the sport is I speak to people when they're having their best days, winning, and I speak to people when they're having their worst days, whether they had a fall or they didn't have a result that they liked. And what is most inspiring about the end of a season like this is seeing all of that passion and all of that grit and all of that determination come to fruition. So tonight's Grand Prix is definitely one of the biggest in North America, one of the biggest in the world. So it's all 13 weeks of hard work and dedication and some sweat and some tears is all coming to a culmination tonight.
Hello, I'm Richie Vogel, 29 years old German show jumper. And I was very lucky. I got born into a horse family. My grandpa bred horses all his life. My mom was a very passionate rider, so is my uncle. He does it for a living. So I really got kind of born into a horse family. Horses were always around me, and since I can think, or even before I could walk, I was already in front of my mom, carried by my mom on a horse, and eventually I got my first pony, which I could play around a lot at home and do all sorts of fun and go for trail rides and all of that stuff. And then I slowly got to experience the show life, how it feels to compete with horses and against my friends and colleagues. So as a kid, there was obviously a lot of fun, and I kind of got addicted to it. So I really never had a plan B other than becoming a professional show jumper. And here I am today. I do have the big luxury to have my passion as my profession as well, and that's what we do all day. And and all our thoughts really 24/7 go into our horses and into our sport. And yeah, it is not just a job, it is really a passion, and we, as I said, we're actually addicted to it. So I'm very happy and honored I can do what I love. I think a very important lesson our sport and the horses in general teaches us is after every high there is a low as well. Sometimes the lows can be quite low in our sport, but it really teaches you to not give up and how to handle failure as well. It's a big part of our sport, but you got to get stronger out of them and learn out of them, and that's the only way to get better.
So I got into horses quite young through my father, obviously, drawn to the animals from a very young age. And really when I started competing on ponies as a 10, 11-year-old kid, I really never wanted to do anything else after that. And I've been very lucky and fortunate to have had a lot of great people and great horses around me for many years. And being able to live from my passion is really something that I feel very grateful about. The turning point for me probably was as a young kid, a 14-year-old, watching Nick Skelton and Japalou in Aachen in the World Championships. I remember, vividly that moment and really thinking that was what I wanted to do with my life. And then since then it's been a while now, but it's a lot of hard work, a lot of dedication towards this job that has provided me a lot of opportunities and has taken me all over the world, and I have met incredible people along the way, and really all of that thanks to the horses. This, like any job, if you want to be successful, everything is hard. Everything takes dedication, takes effort. There's a lot of failure in everything that you do. You have to fail many times before you succeed, but you learn a lot from the failures as well. Never get discouraged, and always try to keep a positive look at it. Really continue towards your goals, and working hard and believing in yourself, but putting in the hard work is the most important.
The course, which is quite a feat in a 150 class.
It sounds like it's detrimental, but actually it's a sign of a good course.
No, absolutely. It means that he's...
For this week, this is probably the best week of the season for me, Rolex week. You have a lot of people from all over the world traveling here, so you get exposure and you get to meet a lot of new people, and I'm last for the roof.
The most money they have ever jumped for here in Wellington, and this is an historical venue. 50 years thereabouts of competition here. And now it's another bit in the history books. Ben Mayer about to start it off. The man who won this Grand Prix in 2016 with Serena. He won it with the only double clear back then. I think this is going to be a little bit different, don't you?
Yeah, well, who knows, but I think so. I mean, this is a real showdown. You can just see Ben breathing out, just taking a couple of deep breaths as he goes in. This is, I mean, the adrenaline must be down in the practice arena at this moment. You must be able to cut the air with a knife. I mean, we're sitting up here in our very nice air-conditioned tower, but I can imagine in the practice arena the air tension is something really special.
Ben Mayer then to lead off this jump off. The British rider, the three-time Olympic gold medalist, Charlotte Rostow, Pamela Rice, Anjou de Grecian. Can the world number 3 claim the Grand Prix he's so wanted this season? He's finished second back just a few weeks ago, but at this level they're only interested in number 1.
Okay.
Here we go. Fast start, but there is sometimes that little bit of you set the pace, but I think with the quality of what we've got here, I'm not sure that's as big an advantage this time.
Yeah, and he starts left-handed to get across. 7 strides there, and now it's all about running. Brilliant so far from Honduras. Just see the fastness of this horse. Lovely blood rushing right up the inside, jumps a little to the outside, but this horse is very, very quick in the turns. Super shot in. Oh, this is good then. Now it's all about this turn. Okay.
Pace setter Ben Mayer.
He was patient, took the stride there, so come on now.
Now he takes the gallop. Ben Mayer on Equestrian to the last. They've got to take a little care out of it. Takes a great ride. 43.72 from Ben Mayer to, set the standards.
The only place he took a little bit of time was across the middle to the red jump. This horse was so fast across the ground. He's got a flat canter, blood horse. Ben took the shortest line possible.
Jordan Coyle, Chacolino for the Irish rider. Milan Farm now. You've seen the comparisons. This is a pairing that finished 4th here last year. Would they have the pace?
Jordan is really he's such a talented rider, and he's such a feeling with his horses. I like to leave the door open on that statement.
Jordan Coyle first of the 2 Irish shots this tonight.
Very fast down through there. Just leave Chacolino to run the whole way. He's taking the same line as Ben right up the inside.
Time-wise is about exactly the same. He needs to be about 18 here, maybe a fraction back.
There's a little slower coming in here, just slightly slower horse here. I think Heart of Ireland is in the stands there with him. Come on, Chacolino. One less here. And he's now going to go for it. Oh, it's wrong. Oh, it's wrong.
So that's down. So Jordan Coyle on the 4 in time-wise. 44.57. Maybe just eased a little if he'd been still clear at that point. Pushed a little more to that last. But Ben Mayer leads 43.72. Jordan Coyle again is going to be at the very least in the top 5 for the Rolex Grand Prix.
We can just see he comes across the middle, changes the balance on takeoff and just pays for it. All his crew there jumping with him.
3 massive combinations to come. Kent Farrington, Dara Kenny, Richie Vogel. The American comes first of those 3. The 7-time Grand Prix winning combination last year, winners of Geneva. The focus on his face, the eyes looking across, the final calculations going through the mind of the world number 2, with one of the fastest paced pairings around as well. Graham. Can he get ahead?
I just think he's really well. You can see him looking around there. He's really well aware that there's not much left to do.
Yes.
You've got to pull something really extra out of the bag now. There's a little question mark on taking a stride out across the middle. You know, faster. Whether you take a stride out faster across the middle to that red vertical, the second last jump. He really comes on the angle to the first one. Has to really go forwards for the 7.
Fast foot speed. Similar.
That's fast.
And was around 18.
He's just the same.
Yeah.
It's very close. It's neck and neck at this point. It's all going to be about the run for home. Get this jump, and now the run for home.
This is where they've really got to go lead into his own.
This is faster.
Racehorse.
This faster.
43.72 to beat. He should get there. All right, he's going to get there at 42.99. Kent Farrington and Graham are ahead. Kent Farrington ahead of Ben Mayer on Equestrian, new leading time 42.99. His years as a jockey too paid off. Races to the finish for Kent Farrington.
Yeah, I get tension because he took a risk, and here so good the way you see he tried to make some room. He could see the jump getting closer and closer, and he tried to let Graham drift to the outside just to get a little bit more room. Brilliant.
2 left to go because this is not done yet. 2 brilliant combinations left to take a shot at this. This is why this is the culmination of a massive season. It's the best of the best against the best. Dara Kenny, Eddie Blue, Carol Solax, already 5-star Grand Prix winning combination this year, just a few weeks ago in the Bainbridge Grand Prix. Ken Farrington has now laid it down, took just over 3/4 of a second off Ben Mayer's time.
Darren decides to start from the right, Teddy. 1 stride more. Trips a little bit on the corner. Very good there, extremely up the inside. Darren, of course, a racehorse owner, so he knows very well what it is to take the shortest way with speed. That's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Come on, Eddie. He gets a good shot here. And then he's got to take that stride out across the middle. He's got to follow Kent. Now, come on.
42.99.
Very close. Very, very close.
Might just
slower.
The last fence. And a Carroll there in front of the white shirt. Gives a hug. They give it a great effort, but it's for there. Dara Kenny to go into third place with Eddie Blue. Jesse gave it every effort, but there were just a couple of...
Yeah, he was desperate. He knew, he knew he had to do something amazing, and I think he was half thinking to take a stride out, and then saw it just wasn't there. And of course, when you're going at that speed and you start to check, it's very difficult to leave a jump up.
Last to go is the European champion, the recent winner of the Dutch Masters in the Rolex Grand Slam Series, the world number 4, Richard Vogel and Gangster Mondesier. They've done it once already this year. He's a rider who's so brilliant in speed, less experienced horse than that of Greyer here.
But Richie,
touch of unknown territory.
Yeah, but Richie's hunger will make up for that inexperience. I just think that he can ride the lines, he can take the stride out, but it's going to be hard to beat Greyer. He's going to have to pull something experimental out of the bag.
Either way, it's a Rolex testimony winning tonight. Ken Farrington leads. Richie Vogel winds up.
Is he going to try and do the 6 here? Oh, nice shot there, beautiful shot. So elastic this ball. Here he's faster, took a stride out there and kept running.
Got it.
Oh, that's just a fraction faster, I think. Here, I'm sure he's matching Ken at this stage.
Two going head-to-head, two of the very best in the sport. Who's going to come out with it in the end in this US Equestrian Open? Lands in 30.
He's faster.
Richie Vogel, one from home.
He's faster.
42.99 to beat. Can the European champion do it? No, he can't. 42.87, he had the time.
Well,
he had the time. Last fence goes though for Richie Vogel into third and Gangster Mondesier, which
because he had to take the ultimate risk. This horse is running down to a huge onser, and he's just never seen anything like this in his life at this pace before. So he had the last jump out, but brilliant performance, all of them in the jump off, absolute brilliant, great sport, gave us brilliant $1 million Grand Prix.
There we go, confirmation. Ken Farrington and Greyer adding to one of their favourite venues. That's their third 5-star win here in 12 months. And Ben Mayer finishing in second, Anjou de Clessienne. Richie Vogel had the time in the end, 42.87, but just not able to leave the last fence up. Gangster Mondesier. Dara Kenny in fourth with Eddie Blue. Top 5 for Jordan Coyle again with Chacolino. He finished well in this last year. From the first round, Julien Arquetin finishing in 6th place on the 4 faults. Nina Malave so close on the 4. Dynasty de Belfort. Erin Ballard, top 8. Then down to 2 5-faulters. Not many on the 4. Natalie Dean, Elisa Bros, 21-year-old from California. That was a superb performance to finish on 5 and into 10th place at the end. Carl Cook, shame not to see them in that showdown in the jump-off. That would have made it very interesting indeed. But further down, Laura Kraut on the 8th, similar for Charlotte Jacobs. Shane Sweetner, best in qualifying. James Cancruz, unfortunately 2 down this time. And there for our top 80, Mimi Gotchman. Finishing on a total of 8-2 with Inclen BH. As you say, brilliant setup by our course designing team, brilliant performances by some amazing horses to watch, and the riders on top truly are the best in the world. It's been the deepest, most exciting Grand Prix that we've seen here in Wellington before now, of a real show of the titans of the sport all in one place to conclude an amazing season here in Florida once again. So, does not get much better than that. US win in the US Equestrian Open, the Rolex Grand Prix. It stays at home on the trophy. Last year it was won by Christian Kukuk. This time it's going to be the Stars and Stripes waving up above, the start of the Rolex series for 2026 as well. So an amazing way to start things off. That series then heads out all across Europe, and it will be heading over to Rome, to La Baule, to Dinard, to Dublin, to Falsterbo, to Brussels, all a part of that as well. And there, under the tunnel, Out they come. Ken Farrington and Greer claiming the massive victory for the night. And well deserved, Jess.
Oh, so well deserved. So absolutely, brilliantly well deserved. And you know, what we shouldn't forget to say, the poise, the balance and the beauty to ride at such speed in a jump off like that, and which all of them had. I mean, it was a wonderful jump off to watch, and the speed that they were going at was something special. And what a beautiful mare she is. And what a great sportsman Kent Farrington is. Really puts so much effort into it, plans, is dedicated to his sport, takes his horses young, builds them up.
And you saw him in the first round as well, how he just felt confident that they went round it, they did their thing, he got a big smile on his face, like we strategically have aimed for this, and that's very easy to say. To execute it is something very different.
Yeah, but that's, you see, the sportsmen at the top of their game are able to go in and, you know, let the competition take place. Everything's been done beforehand. You know, Kent works unbelievably hard, possibly one of the hardest on his own fitness. He came back from a broken leg, and you know, he's really fit. He plans his horses for these competitions. It's quite outstanding.
Denise Moriarty down there, groomed to Greer and to the team. In fact, we caught up with her earlier on in the season. There's a nice little feature with her.
Lovely.
If you go onto the social media here as well, also receiving the Grooms Award, courtesy of Double H Farm as well. And down receiving, the horse about to receive some mainstream lunches, a few carrots. There we go. Nice big carrot for Greer as well, which is well deserved. Kent will get a few more carrots, probably two in his new Rolex watch that will go in his collection.
Yeah.
And
although I think that Alcaraz that he has on now, I think he quite likes that one.
He'd stay with it.
Champion indeed. Congratulations first and foremost on the win in the $1 million Rolex US Equestrian Open. Did you watch Ben? Where do you think you shaved off those fractions?
I did watch Ben. You know, I knew it was going to be a tough competition. All these guys are fast. I really trusted my horse's speed tonight. I knew that the last couple would take every chance, so I tried to go fast enough to put pressure on them and not take ridiculous risk where I beat myself. So I thought the plan paid off, luckily. I was a little nervous at the end, but happy to get out of here with the win.
I have to ask, did you watch Richie's gallop down to the last oxer?
Yeah, I was watching it and closing my eyes. So, and then I heard the crowd go on. Gave a little fist pump after that, so yeah.
And we know that the crowd has been amazing for all these 5 stars, but especially tonight, this crowd is electric. What does that atmosphere feel to you?
It's always great to win at home. You know, Wellington has become a great scene for equestrian sport. Rolex brings an added level of prestige. The U.S. Open has even bumped it up again with it being part of the Rolex series. So very proud to win here at home. Great for everybody cheering me on. Thank you to my family who's always here watching, and happy to get out here with the win.
Always nice to be in front of your home crowd there, Jess.
Oh yeah, it's just a great moment, and it was lovely in the background of the camera to see Ben and Richie talking to each other and you know, debriefing.
But look at that lineup. Look at that lineup. You've got the European champion, you've got 3-time Olympic gold medalist, and you've got the man who's been consistently up to world #1 in the last couple of seasons as well. That's the 10th 5-star Grand Prix World Cup win for Greer as well. I mean, that is exactly what you want out of this class. And Pradell Communications and Image sponsorship for Rolex coming forward to present, but that is the standard you want on that podium.
Yeah, and those are riders, we were talking about it yesterday. These are the riders who are ever, and also Dara and Jordan, who finished, you know, 4th and 5th. They're able to dig so deep inside the competition like this to be able to stay calm, stay strong, stay focused, and really produce the results over and over again. Outstanding athletes, amazing horses, and outstanding human athletes.
Brilliant stuff, and Ken Farrington racing a new Rolex watch, but then more importantly wins, amongst all of that, the $1 Million Grand Prix here tonight. So that's quite a big check. What's that, 300 and something?
I know the money, but it's the watch.
You're wearing yours, you won the top 10 final, and so you're wearing that, yours tonight as well. Tom O'Mara, president of the US Equestrian, coming forward as well to present the US Open trophy to US Equestrian. Thrilled to present the final here on this massive night. First US winner of that title. Thanks to Rolex once again, huge supporters of the sport. Rolex Series, I say, is set to go around the world, and they've been a wonderful supporter of the finale Grand Prix here. It's gone up and up and up as well, and there's been wonderful support now from US Equestrian too, and it's really grown into a big event to complete the Wellington season. And as is tradition, the national anthem of the winning rider here this evening. Congratulations to Ken Farrington, which of course will be the United States of America.
All the miles and all the hours, all the nights you stood alone. Lead you here through all the power to a moment you have brought. Under the lights we rise and fall. Ooh, every loss was worth it all. Every step and every fight led us to
Success, champagne time, and very well done. Excitement, so you never worry about getting a soaking from a little bit of sparkles there from them. What a three to finish with. It shows the quality of the field here as well. And what a wonderful way to start the Rolex Series and complete the US Equestrian Open trophy as well, with wins for Ken Farrington fans. Brilliant. Ben Mayer. Ken Farrington's trying to see through the champagne, but